Welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. This is my Diecast Creations channel, and today we're gonna drop a gasser to the ground. We're gonna drop this 55 Tuske Gasser. We're gonna drop the grasser into the grass. We're gonna drop this gasser down to the ground. I got some drop bases from a local guy, Robinsondiecastcreations. I'll pop his IG up on the screen so you guys can go and support him. Check him out if you want to maybe get some bases for yourself. I'm sure he'll work with you and ship them out to you. So we got these bases, and I'll go into a little more detail on how I actually converted this car. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but anything good in life you got to work for, right? Thankfully, I have polished my skills enough to be able to cut and fabricate and make things work and not be scared to take the jump. That's one thing that I will say, getting into this hobby, you can't be scared to make mistakes, and just go for it. And if it doesn't work out, then you start from scratch and learn from what happened, right? This is at the point where I've got it to roll. I still had to go in and make some more adjustments. The wheels were still scraping, and I wanted to get it a little bit lower to the ground. I think I accomplished that, and I also needed to fit in the rear bumper there and the front piece. And I think this thing came out pretty good. This is all the pieces to the puzzle right here. I ended up scrapping that piece of styrene that's inside the windshield there, but I'm gonna explain what happens and what you got to do with this scene that's about to cut in. Alright guys, it's not finished yet, but I'm gonna show you what you have to do to drop a gasser using one of these drop bases. Alright, so it wasn't as cut and dry as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, this is a premium gasser. This one started out as a mainline, right? But there's a problem. I got these bases off a fellow customizer local to me, which is really cool, off this group that I joined on Facebook, and they meet up every week. This is the base that you get, right? Now I traded one of my dioramas for a bunch of these and a couple of these lifts that I just assembled today, actually. So that's kind of cool. I thought it was going to be cut and dry, right? It's definitely not. You need to completely customize this car. So I haven't glued it back together yet, but I wanted to show you guys what you need to do. The first thing, I'm gonna take it apart. First thing is you gotta cut this interior up, right? And I probably should have chopped it even closer to the rear, but I cut it at the firewall. I cut it here, and then if you can see the base here, I had to cut the sides off. So I cut the sides off, and then I had to notch it right here to allow the interior to drop in. Also had to cut the rear. I had to cut the rear off. I guess that's optional if you don't want to use the bumper. You don't have to, right? And then I cut the front grille and the rear bumper off. I left that meat in there so I had something to glue down. The next thing was the glass Now you drop the car, right? You drop the car, so now the wheels go up into the wheel wells. It's a gasser, it's not made for that. The wheels are outside, right? So you gotta make room for it. And maybe it's the wheels that I used, but I had to basically level down this rear section to basically nothing. So I leveled it all the way down so that when the wheels go in, they have clearance. Between that and cutting out the wheel wells in the back, now the rear wheels will spin. But wait, there's more. The front wheels were hitting on the fenders there, the inner fender well, right here. So I had to go in with a Dremel and ream out, take some meat off of that, so that the wheels had clearance. So now when you put it all together, the car will roll. Well, because I cut off the back, I had to add in something. So I took some corrugated aluminum and I added that in there as kind of like a rear deck lid. I know it's not probably the right way to do it. You probably should use some styrene and paint it and make it all beautiful. Which I might end up painting this, I'm not sure yet. But I just wanted to show you guys the process that I went through trying to make this thing work. I basically had to cut the whole interior of the car up, make some adjustments, and customize this whole thing. It wasn't as cut and dry as I thought it would be. So now I'm gonna reassemble it and show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. So there you go, guys. I mean, it's hard work to be able to do stuff like this, but it's well worth it in the end if this is your hobby and you wanna do more than wheel swaps and paint jobs, right? I didn't feel the need to paint this car. I think that the paint on it is pretty nice, and knowing that this livery is an older one and I probably won't be able to get my hands on another one, I didn't feel the need to weather this either. I thought it looked really good when it was all finished, and I left it as is because I think it looks sharp. So this is the car that we started with. It's the 55 Tuske Gasser Chevy Bel Air, and this is what we ended up with. It's basically slammed to the ground. We threw on some rail riders that were gifted to me from Gary Shorters Diecast, and I think they're Samed wheels. I'm not positive about that. I just took a dab of super glue with hardener at the end of the axles there to shorten them up, and these are just some glamour shots of the final product. It's the first time I ever attempted to drop a gasser like this, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. You know, I think that I could have done a little more with the paint and stuff, but I was happy with the finished product. You know, I think that the paint and the rims kind of complement each other, and those tires have a red line on them. I could have swapped them around and flipped them over, but I felt like the red line gave it a little bit more character, so I decided to leave them. With that being said, I have a bunch of these bases. I'll probably do some more of these, and in those builds I'll probably get into custom painting and weathering, and we might even gasland one of these dropped 55s. We'll see. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this build, and I hope you check out Robinsondiecastcreations. Until the next one, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.